First Chronicles chapters 1 through 10 of the Bible, Douay-Rheims 1899 American edition. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 1. Adam, Seth, Enos, Cainan, Malaliel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Sem, Cam, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Medai, and Javan, Tubal, Mosok, Thiris. And the sons of Gomer, Askenaz, and Riphath, and Thogorma. And the sons of Javan, Elisa, and Tharsis, Kithim, and Dodanim. The sons of Cam, Cus, and Mesrai, and Phut, and Cainan. And the sons of Cus, Seba, and Hevelah, Sebatha, and Regma, and Sebathaka. And the sons of Regma, Seba, and Dedan. Now Cus begot Nimrod. He began to be mighty upon earth. But Mesraim begot Ludim, and Anamim, and Leabim, and Nephtuim, Fetrisim also, and Casluim, from whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon his firstborn, and the Hittite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Arakite, and the Sinite, and the Aradian, and the Samorite, and the Hamathite. The sons of Sem, Elam, and Ezer, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and Hus, and Hul, and Gither, and Mosok. And Arphaxad beget Seli, and Seli beget Heber. And to Heber were born two sons. The name of the one was Phaleg, because in his days the earth was divided, and the name of his brother was Joktan. And Joktan beget Elmodad, and Saleph, and Azarmoth, and Jeri, and Adoram, and Uzal, and Dekla, and Hebal, and Abimael, and Seba, and Ophir, and Hevelah, and Jobab. All these are the sons of Joktan. Sem, Arphaxad, Seli, Heber, Phaleg, Regeu, Serug, Nachor, Thari, Abram. This is Abraham. And the sons of Abraham, Isaac and Ishmael. And these are the generations of them. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, then Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mabsam, and Masma, and Duma, Massa, Hadad, and Thema, Jetur, Nephis, Kedma. These are the sons of Ismael. And the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, whom she bore, Zemran, Jeksan, Medan, Median, Jezbach, and Sui. And the sons of Jeksan, Seba, and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan, Asurim, and Letusim, and Leomin. And the sons of Median, Ephah, and Epher, and Henoch, and Abida, and Eldaah. All these are the sons of Keturah. And Abraham beget Isaac, and his sons were Esau and Israel. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Reuel, Jehus, Ehilam, and Kori. The sons of Eliphaz, Thiman, Omar, Sephi, Gethan, Kenez, and by Thamna, Amalek. The sons of Reuel, Nahath, Zerah, Sama, Mizah. The sons of Seir, Lotan, Sobal, Sabean, Anna, Dasan, Isser, Desan. The sons of Lotan, Hore, Homam. And the sister of Lotan was Thamna. The sons of Sobal, Elian, and Manahath, and Ebal, Sephi, and Onam. The sons of Sabean, Aya, and Anna. The son of Anna, Disan. The sons of Disan, Hamram, and Ezeban, and Jethran, and Karan. The sons of Isser, Balaam, and Zavan, and Jachan. The sons of Disan, Hus, and Aran. Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there was a king over the children of Israel. Bali the son of Beer, and the name of his city was Dinaba. And Bali died, and Jobab the son of Zeri of Bosra reigned in his stead. And when Jobab also was dead, Husam of the land of the Themanites reigned in his stead. And Husam also died, and Adad the son of Bedad reigned in his stead, and he defeated the Madianites in the land of Moab, and the name of his city was Avith. And when Adad also was dead, Semla of Masrekah reigned in his stead. Semla also died, and Saul of Rehoboth, which is near the river, reigned in his stead. And when Saul was dead, Balanan, the son of Achbor, reigned in his stead. He also died, and Adad reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Phau, and his wife was called Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mizaeb. And after the death of Adad, there began to be dukes in Edom instead of kings. Duke Thamna, Duke Alva, Duke Jetheth, Duke Oolabama, Duke Elah, Duke Phenon, Duke Kenez, Duke Theman, Duke Mabsar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Hiram. These are the dukes of Edom. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2. And these are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Aser. The sons of Judah: Onan, and Selah. These three were born to him of the Canaanitess, the daughter of Sui. And her firstborn of Judah was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. And Thamar his daughter-in-law bore him Pharez and Zerah. So all the sons of Judah were 5. And the sons of Pharez were Hezron and Hamul. And the sons also of Zeri, Zamri, and Ethan, and Eman, and Calcal, and Dera, 5 in all. And the sons of Akarmi, Echar, who troubled Israel, and sinned by the theft of the anathema. The sons of Ethan, Azarias. And the sons of Hezron that were born to him, Jeremiel, and Ram, and Kalubi. And Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahasson, prince of the children of Judah. And Nahasson begat Salma, the father of Boot. And Boot begat Obed, and Obed begat Isai. And Isai begat Eliab his firstborn, the second Abinadab, the third Shemaiah, the fourth Nathaniel, the fifth Redai, the sixth Asam, the seventh David. And their sisters were Sarvia and Abigail. The sons of Sarvia, Abisai, Joab, and Asiel, 3. And Abigail bore Amasa, whose father was Jether, the Ishmaelite. And Caleb the son of Hezron took a wife named Azubah, of whom he had Jerioth. And her sons were Jazer, and Sobab, and Ardon. And when Azubah was dead, Caleb took to wife Ephratah, who bore him Hur. and Hur begat Uri, and Uri begat Bezaleel. And afterwards Hezron went in to the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead, and took her to wife, when he was 80 years old, and she bore him Segub. And Segub begat Jair, and he had 23 cities in the land of Gilead. And he took Gezer and Aram, the towns of Jair, and Kenath, and the villages thereof, 80 cities, all these the sons of Machir, father of Gilead. And when Hezron was dead, Caleb went into Ephratah. Hezron also had to wife Abiah, who bore him Asher, the father of Tekoa. And the sons of Jerahmeel, the firstborn of Hezron, were Ram his firstborn, and Bunah, and Aram, and Asam, and Achiah. And Jerahmeel married another wife named Atara, who was the mother of Onam. And the sons of Ram, the firstborn of Jerahmeel, were Moz, Jamin, and Ekar. And Onam had sons Semei and Jada. And the sons of Semei, Nadab, and Abisur. And the name of Abisar's wife was Abihail, who bore him Ahoban and Molid. And the sons of Nadab were Seled and Ephraim, and Seled died without children. But the son of Ephraim was Jesse, and Jesse begat Sisan, and Sisan begat Oholiai. And the sons of Jada, the brother of Semei, Jether and Jonathan. And Jether also died without children. But Jonathan begat Pheleth and Ziza. These were the sons of Jerahmeel. And Sisan had no sons, but daughters, and a servant, an Egyptian named Jereah. And he gave him his daughter to wife, and she bore him Ethai. And Ethai begot Nathan, and Nathan begat Zabad. And Zabad begat Ophlal, and Ophlal begat Obed. Obed begat Jehu, Jehu begat Azarias. Azarias begat Heles, and Heles begat Elasa. Elasa begat Sesamoi. Sesamoi begat Silum. Silum begat Icamiah, and Icamiah begot Elisama. Now the sons of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, were Mesa, his firstborn, who was the father of Siph, and the sons of Marisa, father of Hebron. And the sons of Hebron, Kori, and Thaphua, and Rechem, and Sema. And Sema begat Raham, the father of Jerkaim, and Rechem begat Samei. The son of Samei, Maon, and Maon, the father of Bethsur. And Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, and Mesa, and Gezez, and Haran begat Gezez. And the sons of Jehadiah, Ragom, and Joathan, and Gesan, and Phalet, and Ephah, and Saaph. And Maacah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Saber, and Tharana. And Saaph, the father of Madmenah, begat Sui, the father of Machbenah, and the father of Gibeah. And the daughter of Caleb was Achsah. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephratah, Sobal, the father of Kiriathayarim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, Hariph, the father of Bethgader. And Sobal, the father of Kiriathayarim, had sons, he that saw half of the places of rest. And of the kindred of Kiriathayarim, the Jethrites, and Ephrathites, and Semathites, and Mazarites. Of them came the Saraites and Estheolites. The sons of Salma, Bethlehem, and Netophathi, the crowns of the house of Joab, and half of the place of rest of Sarai, and the families of the scribes that dwell in Jabus, singing and making melody, and abiding in tents. These are the Kenites who came of Kelor, Chamath, father of the house of Rechab. End of chapter 2. Chapter 3. Now these were the sons of David that were born to him in Hebron. The firstborn, Amnon of Achanoam the Jezreelitess. The second, Daniel of Abigail the Carmelitess. The third, Absalom the son of Maacah, the daughter of Tolmai, king of Geshur. The fourth, Adonias the son of Agith. The fifth, Saphatias of Abital. The sixth, Jethream of Eglah, his wife. So 6 sons were born to him in Hebron, where he reigned 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. And these sons were born to him in Jerusalem, Simea, and Sobab, and Nathan, and Solomon, 4 of Bethsebe, the daughter of Amiel. Jebeer also, and Elishama, and Eliphalet, and Nogah, and Nepheg, and Japhiah, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphaleth, 9. All these sons of David, beside the sons of the concubines, and they had a sister, Thamar. And Solomon's son was Rehoboam, whose son Abiah begat Asa, and his son was Josaphat, the father of Joram. And Joram begot Ochazias, of whom was born Joaz. And his son Amasias begot Azarias. And Joathan, the son of Azarias, begat Achaz, the father of Ezekias, of whom was born Manasses. And Manasses begat Amen, the father of Josias. And the sons of Josias were the firstborn Johanan, the second Joachim, the third Sedekias, the fourth Selam. Of Joachim was born Jechonias and Sedekias. The sons of Jechonias were Eser, Salathiel, Melchiram, Phediah, Seneser, and Jechamiah, Sema, and Nadabiah. Of Phediah were born Zerubbabel and Semei. Zerubbabel begat Mosolam, Hananias, and Salomith their sister. Hesaba also, and Ohoel, and Barachias, and Hasidias, Josabased, 5. And the son of Hananias was Phaltias, the father of Jesias, whose son was Rephaiah. And his son was Arnan, of whom was born Obadiah, whose son was Shechanias. The son of Shechanias was Semeiah, whose sons were Hattus, and Jegael, and Bariah, and Neariah, and Shaphat, 6 in number. The sons of Neariah, Elioenai, and Ezekias, and Ezracham, 3. The sons of Elioenai, Oduiah, and Eliasub, and Philiah, and Akub, and Johanan, and Deliah, and Anani, 7. End of chapter 3. Chapter 4. The sons of Judah, Pharez, Hezron, and Carmi, and Hur, and Sobal. And Raiah, the son of Sobal, begat Jahath, of whom were born Ahumai and Laed. These are the families of Serathai. And this is the posterity of Etam, Jezreel, and Jesima, and Jedebus. And the name of their sister was Asalelphani. And Phanuel, the father of Gedor, and Izar, the father of Hosah. These are the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the father of Bethlehem. And Esur the father of Tekoa had 2 wives, Haleah and Naarah. And Naarah bore him Ozam, and Hepher, and Themane, and Ahasthari. These are the sons of Naarah. And the sons of Haleah, Sereth, Isaiah, and Ethnan. And Cos begot Anab and Soboda, the kindred of Ahariel, the son of Arum. And Jabez was more honorable than any of his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, Because I bore him with sorrow. And Jabez called upon the God of Israel, saying, If blessing thou wilt bless me, and wilt enlarge my borders, and thy hand be with me, and thou save me from being oppressed by evil. And God granted him the things he prayed for. And Caleb, the brother of Sua, begat Meher, who was the father of Esthon. And Esthon begat Bethrephah, and Phesi, and Tehinnah, father of the city of Naas. These are the men of Rekha. And the sons of Kenez were Othoniel and Sariah. And the sons of Othoniel, Hathath, and Meonothai. Meonothai begat Ophrah, and Sariah begot Joab, the father of the valley of artificers, for artificers were there. And the sons of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, were Hur, and Elah, and Naham. And the sons of Elah, Kenez. The sons also of Jalaliel, Ziph, and Ziphah, Theriah, and Azriel. And the sons of Ezra, Jether, and Mered, and Epher, and Jalon. And he begat Miriam, and Samai, and Jezbah, the father of Esthamo. And his wife Judiah bore Jared, the father of Gedor, and Heber, the father of Soko, and Echuthiel, the father of Zanoi. And these are the sons of Bethiah, the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Mered took to wife. And the sons of his wife Odiah, the sister of Naam, the father of Keliah, Garmi, and Esthemo, who was of Makkathai. The sons also of Simon, Amnon, and Rinnah, the son of Hanan, and Thilon. And the sons of Jesse, Zoheth, and Benzoheth. The sons of Selah, the son of Judah, the father of Licah, and Laadah, the father of Marisa, and the families of the house of them that wrought fine linen in the house of Oth. And he that made the sun to stand, and the men of lying and secure and burning, who were princes in Moab, and who returned into Laim. Now these are things of old. These are the potters, and they dwelt in plantations and hedges, with the king for his works, and they abode there. The sons of Simeon, Nemuel, and Jamin, Jerib, Zerah, Saul, Selam his son, Mepsam his son, Masma his son. The sons of Masma, Hemuel his son, Zechur his son, Semei his son. The sons of Semei were 16, and 6 daughters. But his brethren had not many sons, and the whole kindred could not reach to the sum of the children of Judah. And they dwelt in Berzebeh, and Moladah, and Hasarsual, and in Bela, and in Asam, and in Tholad, and in Bethuel, and in Hormah, and in Sikkeleg, and in Beth-Markaboth, and in Hasarsusim, and in Beth-Berai, and in Saarim. These were their cities unto the reign of David. Their towns also were Etam, and Ain, Rimmon, and Thoken, and Asan, 5 cities. And all their villages round about these cities, as far as Baal. This was their habitation, and the distribution of their dwellings. And Mozabab, and Jemlech, and Josa the son of Amasias, and Joel, and Jehu the son of Josabiah, the son of Sariah, the son of Asiel, and Elionai, and Jacobah, and Isuhiah, and Asaiah, and Adiel, and Ismael, and Benaiah, Ziza also the son of Sephi, the son of Elon, the son of Adiah, the son of Semrai, the son of Samiah. These were named princes in their kindreds, and in the houses of their families were multiplied exceedingly. And they went forth to enter into Gedor as far as to the east side of the valley, to seek pastures for their flocks. And they found fat pastures, and very good, and a country spacious and quiet and fruitful, in which some of the race of Cam had dwelt before. And these whose names are written above came in the days of Ezekias king of Judah, and they beat down their tents, and slew the inhabitants that were found there, and utterly destroyed them unto this day. And they dwelt in their place, because they found there fat pastures. Some also of the children of Simeon, 500 men, went into Mount Seir, having for their captains Phaltius, and Neariah, and Rephiah, and Oziel, the sons of Jesse. And they slew the remnant of the Amalekites, who had been able to escape, and they dwelt there in their stead unto this day. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was his firstborn, but forasmuch as he defiled his father's bed, his first birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, and he was not accounted for the firstborn. But of the race of Judah, who was the strongest among his brethren, came the princes. But the first birthright was accounted to Joseph. The sons then of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Enoch and Phalu, Ezron and Carmi. The sons of Joel, Semiah his son, Gog his son, Semei his son, Micah his son, Reah his son, Baal his son, Beerah his son, whom Thalgath-Phalnazar, king of the Assyrians, carried away captive, and he was prince in the tribe of Reuben. And his brethren and all his kindred, when they were numbered by their families, had for princes Jael and Zacharias. And Bela, the son of Azaz, the son of Sama, the son of Joel, dwelt in Aroer as far as Nebo and Bealmeon. And eastward he had his habitation as far as the entrance of the desert and the river Euphrates. For they possessed a great number of cattle in the land of Gilead. And in the days of Saul they fought against the Agarites, and slew them, and dwelt in their tents in their stead, in all the country that looketh to the east of Gilead. And the children of Gad dwelt over against them in the land of Basan, as far as Selcah. Joel the chief, and Sephan the second, and Janai, and Sephat in Basan. And their brethren, according to the houses of their kindreds, were Michael, and Mosolam, and Sibi, and Jorai, and Jachan, and Zai, and Heber, 7. These were the sons of Abihail, the son of Hur, the son of Jerah, the son of Gilead, the son of Michael, the son of Jesisi, the son of Jedo, the son of But. And their brethren, the sons of Abdiel, the son of Gunai, chief of the house in their families, and they dwelt in Gilead, and in Basan, and in the towns thereof, and in all the suburbs of Saron unto the borders. All these were numbered in the days of Joathan, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel. The sons of Reuben and of Gad, and of the half-tribe of Manasseh, fighting men bearing shields and swords, and bending the bow, and trained up to battles, 44,760 that went out to war. They fought against the Agarites, but the Aturians and Naphis and Nodab gave them help. And the Agarites were delivered into their hands, and all that were with them, because they called upon God in the battle, and he heard them, because they had put their faith in him. And they took all that they possessed, of camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000 souls. And many fell down slain, for it was the battle of the Lord, and they dwelt in their stead till the captivity. And the children of the half-tribe of Manasseh possessed the land, from the borders of Basan unto Baal, Hermon and Senir, and Mount Hermon, for their number was great. And these were the heads of the house of their kindred, Epher, and Jesse, and Eliel, and Ezrael, and Jeremiah, and Odoiah, and Jediel, most valiant and powerful men, and famous chiefs in their families. But they forsook the God of their fathers, and went astray after the gods of the people of the land, whom God destroyed before them. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Phul, king of the Assyrians, and the spirit of Thelgath-Phalnezzar, king of Assyr, and he carried away Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Lahilah, and to Habor, and to Erah, and to the river of Gozan, unto this day. End of chapter 5. Chapter 6. The sons of Levi were Gerson, Kehath, and Merari. The sons of Kehath, Amram, Issachar, Hebron, and Oziel. The children of Amram, Aaron, Moses, and Mary. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar begat Phinehas, and Phinehas begat Abishu, and Abishu begat Bokai, and Bokai begat Ozai. Ozai begat Zarias, and Zarias begat Marioth, and Marioth begat Amarias, and Amarias begat Achatob. Achatob begat Sadoc, and Sadoc begat Achimaeus. Achimaeus begat Azarias. Azarias begat Johanan. Johanan begat Azarias. This is he that executed the priestly office in the house which Solomon built in Jerusalem. And Azarias begat Amarias, and Amarias begat Achatob. And Achatob begat Sadoc, and Sadoc begat Shillum. Shillum begat Helkias, and Helkias begat Azarias. Azarias begat Sarias, and Sarias begat Josedek. Now Josedek went out when the Lord carried away Judah and Jerusalem by the hands of Nebuchadnezzar. So the sons of Levi were Gerson, Kehath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gerson: Lobni and Semei. The sons of Kehath, Amram and Issachar, and Hebron and Oziel. The sons of Merari, Maholi and Musi. And these are the kindreds of Levi according to their families. Of Gerson, Lobni his son, Jahath his son, Zama his son, Joah his son, Addo his son, Zerah his son, Jethri, his son. The sons of Keath, Aminadab, his son, Kori, his son, Eser, his son, Elkanah, his son, Abiasaph, his son, Eser, his son, Thehath, his son, Uriel, his son, Ozias, his son, Saul, his son. The sons of Elkanah, Amasai, and Achamoth, and Elkanah. The sons of Elkanah, Sophi, his son, Nahath, his son, Eliab, his son, Jeraham, his son, Elkanah, his son. The sons of Samuel, the firstborn, Veseni, and Abiah. And the sons of Merari, Maholi, Lobni, his son, Semei, his son, Oza, his son, Samaiah, his son, Haggiah, his son, Asaiah, his son. These are they whom David set over the singing men of the house of the Lord, after that the ark was placed. And they ministered before the tabernacle of the testimony with singing, until Solomon built the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and they stood according to their order in the ministry. And these are they that stood with their sons, of the sons of Keath, Hemam, a singer, the son of Joel, the son of Samuel, the son of Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Eliel, the son of Thohu, the son of Suph, the son of Elkanah, the son of Mahath, the son of Amasai, the son of Elkanah, the son of Joel, the son of Azarias, the son of Sophonias, the son of Thehath, the son of Eser, the son of Abisiath, the son of Kori, the son of Isaiah, the son of Keath, the son of Levi, the son of Israel. And his brother Asaph, who stood on his right hand, Asaph, the son of Berechias, the son of Samaiah, the son of Michael, the son of Besiah, the son of Melchiah, the son of Athani, the son of Zerah, the son of Adaiah, the son of Ethan, the son of Zammah, the son of Semei, the son of Jeth, the son of Gerson, the son of Levi, and the sons of Merari, their brethren, on the left hand, Ethan, the son of Cusi, the son of Abdi, the son of Melach, the son of Hasabiah, the son of Amasai, the son of Helkias, the son of Amasai, the son of Boni, the son of Somer, the son of Moholi, the son of Mud, the son of Merari, the son of Levi. Their brethren also, the Levites, who were appointed for all the ministry of the tabernacle of the house of the Lord. But Aaron and his sons offered burnt offerings upon the altar of holocausts, and upon the altar of incense, for every work of the Holy of Holies, and to pray for Israel according to all that Moses the servant of God had commanded. And these are the sons of Aaron: Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, Abisu his son, Bochai his son, Ozai his son, Zerahiah his son, Marioth his son, Amarias his son, Achitob his son, Sadok his son, Achimaeus his son. And these are their dwelling places by the towns and confines, to wit, of the sons of Aaron, of the families of the Kehathites, for they fell to them by lot. And they gave them Hebron in the land of Judah, and the suburbs thereof round about, but the fields of the city and the villages to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. And to the sons of Aaron they gave the cities for refuge, Hebron and Lobnah, and the suburbs thereof, and Jether and Esthemo with their suburbs, and Helon and Debir with their suburbs, Esan also, and Bethsemes with their suburbs. And out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gebai and its suburbs, Elmeth with its suburbs, Anathoth also with its suburbs. All their cities throughout their families were 13. And to the sons of Keath that remained of their kindred, they gave out of the half-tribe of Manasseh 10 cities in possession. And to the sons of Gerson by their families out of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Aser, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the tribe of Manasseh in Basan, 13 cities. And to the sons of Merari by their families out of the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zabulon, they gave by lot 12 cities. And the children of Israel gave to the Levites the cities and their suburbs. And they gave them by lot out of the tribe of the sons of Judah, and out of the tribe of the sons of Simeon, and out of the tribe of the sons of Benjamin, these cities, which they called by their names. And to them that were of the kindred of the sons of Keath, and the cities in their borders were of the tribe of Ephraim. And they gave the cities of refuge, Shechem with its suburbs in Mount Ephraim, and Gezer with its suburbs, Jechmeon also with its suburbs, and Beth-horon in like manner, Helon also with its suburbs, and Gethrimmon in like manner, and out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Aner and its suburbs, Baalim and its suburbs, to wit, to them that were left of the family of the sons of Keath. And to the sons of Gershom, out of the kindred of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Golan in Basan and its suburbs, and Ashtaroth with its suburbs, out of the tribe of Issachar, Kedes and its suburbs, and Debereth with its suburbs, Ramoth also and its suburbs, and Anem with its suburbs. And out of the tribe of Aser, Mesal with its suburbs, and Abdon in like manner, Hukak also and its suburbs, and Rohol with its suburbs. And out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kedes in Galilee and its suburbs, Hamon with its suburbs, and Kiriathaim and its suburbs. And to the sons of Merari that remained, out of the tribe of Zabulon, Remono and its suburbs, and Thabor with its suburbs. Beyond the Jordan also, over against Jericho, on the east side of the Jordan, out of the tribe of Reuben, Bosor in the wilderness with its suburbs, and Jesa with its suburbs. Kedemoth also and its suburbs, and Mephaeth with its suburbs. Moreover also out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead and its suburbs, and Menaim with its suburbs, Hesebon also with its suburbs, and Jazer with its suburbs. End of chapter 6. Chapter 7. Now the sons of Issachar were Thola, and Phua, Jasub, and Cimeron, 4. The sons of Thola, Ozi, and Rephiah, and Jeriel, and Jemai, and Jebsem, and Samuel, chiefs of the houses of their kindreds. Of the posterity of Thola were numbered in the days of David 22,600 most valiant men. The sons of Ozi, Izrahiah, of whom were born Michael, and Obadiah, and Joel, and Jesiah, 5, all great men. And there were with them by their families and peoples 36,000 most valiant men ready for war, for they had many wives and children. Their brethren also throughout all the house of Issachar were numbered 7,000, most valiant men for war. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, and Bechor, and Jediel, 3. The sons of Bela, Esban, and Ozi, and Oziel, and Jeremoth, and Uri, 5 chiefs of their families, and most valiant warriors, and their number was 22,034. And the sons of Bechor were Zamira, and Joaz, and Eleazar, and Elioenai, and Emai, and Jeremoth, and Abiah, and Anathoth, and Almath. All these were the sons of Bechor. And they were numbered by the families, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men for war, 20,200. And the son of Jediel, Baalan. And the sons of Baalan, Jeus, and Benjamin, and Aod, and Kenana, and Zethan, and Tharsis, and Ahishahar. All these were sons of Jediel, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men, 17,200, fit to go out to war. Sepham also, and Hipham, the sons of Hur, and Hasim, the sons of Aher. And the sons of Naphtali were Jesiel, and Guni, and Jezer, and Selom, sons of Bela. And the son of Manasseh, Azriel, and his concubine the Syrian bore Machir, the father of Gilead. And Machir took wives for his sons, Huphim and Sephan. And he had a sister named Maacah. The name of the second was Salphiad, and Salphiad had daughters. And Maacah, the wife of Machir, bore a son, and she called his name Phares. And the name of his brother was Sares, and his sons were Ulam and Rechan. And the son of Ulam, Baden. These are the sons of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. And his sister, named Queen, bore Goodliman, and Abiezer, and Moholah. And the sons of Semida were Ahiu, and Sichem, and Likai, and Aniam. And the sons of Ephraim were Suthala, Bared his son, Tehath his son, Elada his son, Tehath his son, and his son Zabad, and his son Suthala, and his son Ezer, and Elad. And the men of Geth, born in the land, slew them, because they came down to invade their possessions. And Ephraim their father mourned many days, and his brethren came to comfort him. And he went in to his wife, and she conceived, and bore a son, and he called his name Beriah, because he was born when it went evil with his house. And his daughter was Sarah, who built Bethoron, the nether and the upper, and Ozansara. And Repha was his son, and Reseph, and Thali, of whom was born Thayan, who begot Laadan, and his son was Amiud, who begat Elisama, of whom was born Nun, who had Joshu for his son. And their possessions and habitations were Bethel with her daughters, and eastward Noran, and westward Gezer, and her daughters, Sichem also with her daughters, as far as As with her daughters. And by the borders of the sons of Manasseh, Bethsan and her daughters, Thanak and her daughters, Megiddo and her daughters, Dor and her daughters. In these dwelt the children of Joseph, the son of Israel. The children of Ezer were Jemnah, and Jeshua, and Jeshui, and Beriah, and Sarah their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel. He is the father of Barsaeth. And Heber begat Jephlat, and Somer, and Hotham, and Suea their sister. The sons of Jephlet, Phosek, and Cameo, and Esoth. These are the sons of Jephlet. And the sons of Somer, Ahai, and Roagah, and Heba, and Aram. And the sons of Helem his brother, Supha, and Jemna, and Siles, and Emal. The sons of Supha, Sui, Hirnepher, and Sual, and Berai, and Jamra. Bosor, and Hod, and Sama, and Saluza, and Jethran, and Bera. The sons of Jether, Jephoni, and Phasphah, and Era. And the sons of Ola, Eri, and Haniel, and Resiah. All these were sons of Aser, heads of their families, choice and most valiant captains of captains. And the number of them that were of the age that was fit for war was 26,000. End of chapter 7. Chapter 8. Now Benjamin begat Bali his firstborn, Asbel the second, Ahara the third, Nohea the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. And the sons of Bali were Adar, and Gera, and Abiud, and Abishu, and Naamar, and Ahoy, and Gera, and Sephufan, and Huram. These are the sons of Ahad, heads of families that dwelt in Gibeah, who were removed into Manahath. And Naaman, and Achiah, and Gera, he removed them, and begat Oza, and Ahiud. And Saharim begot in the land of Moab, after he sent away Husim and Bera his wives. And he begat of Hodes his wife Jobab, and Sibiah, and Misa, and Molcom, and Jehus, and Sekiah, and Marma. These were his sons, heads of their families. And Mehuzim begat Abitob, and Elphael. And the sons of Elphael were Heber, and Misaam, and Samad, who built Oni, and Led, and its daughters. And Beriah and Sama were heads of their kindreds that dwelt in Ayalan. These drove away the inhabitants of Geth. And Ahio, and Sisak, and Jeremoth, and Zabadiah, and Arad, and Heder, and Michael, and Jespha, and Joha, the sons of Beriah. And Zabadiah, and Mosolom, and Hezekiah, and Heber, and Jesamari, and Jezliah, and Jobab, sons of Elphael, and Joachim, and Zechre, and Zabdi, and Elionai, and Silithai, and Elial, and Adiah, and Bariah, and Samareth, the sons of Semei. And Jespham, and Heber, and Eliel, and Abdon, and Zechri, and Hanan, and Hananiah, and Elam, and Anathothia, and Jephdiah, and Phanuel, the sons of Sisak. And Samsarse, and Sohoriah, and Otholiah, and Jersiah, and Eliah, and Zechri, the sons of Jeroham. These were the chief fathers and heads of their families who dwelt in Jerusalem. And at Gibeon dwelt Abigabeon, and the name of his wife was Maacah. And his firstborn son Abdon, and Sur, and Kia, and Baal, and Nadab, and Gedor, and Ahio, and Zachar, and Makeloth. And Makeloth begat Samaiah, and they dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. And Ner begat Kia, and Kia begat Saul, and Saul begot Jonathan, and Melchishua, and Abinadab, and Esbaal. And the son of Jonathan was Merabaal, and Merabaal begot Micah. And the sons of Micah were Phithon, and Melech, and Thariah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz begat Joada, and Joada begat Alamath, and Asmoth, and Zamri. And Zamri begat Misa, and Misa begat Benaiah, whose son was Rapha, of whom was born Elasa, who begat Asel. And Asel had 6 sons, whose names were Ezracham, Bochru, Ismael, Sariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Esau. And the sons of Esek his brother were Ulam the firstborn, and Jehus the second, and Eliphalet the third. And the sons of Ulam were most valiant men, and archers of great strength, and they had many sons and grandsons, even to 150. All these were children of Benjamin. End of chapter 8. Chapter 9. And all Israel was numbered, and the sum of them was written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, and they were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. Now the first that dwelt in their possessions and in their cities were the Israelites, and the priests and the Levites and the Nathanians. And in Jerusalem dwelt of the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Ephraim, and of Manasseh, Othai the son of Ammiad, the son of Amri, the son of Omri, the son of Buni, of the sons of Pharez, the son of Judah. And of Siloni, Asaiah, the firstborn, and his sons. And of the sons of Zerah, Jehu and their brethren 690. And of the sons of Benjamin, Sali the son of Mosolem, the son of Oduiah, the son of Asana. And Jobaniah the son of Jeroham, and Elah the son of Ozi, the son of Mokore, and Mosalem the son of Saphatias, the son of Rehuel, the son of Jebaniah. And their brethren by their families 956. All these were heads of their families by the houses of their fathers. And of the priests, Jediah, Joiarib, and Jachin. And Azarias the son of Helkias, the son of Mosolem, the son of Sadoc, the son of Marioth, the son of Achitob, high priest of the house of God. And Edias, the son of Jeroham, the son of Phaser, the son of Malchias, and Maasai, the son of Adiel, the son of Jezreel, the son of Mosolem, the son of Mosolemith, the son of Immer. And their brethren, heads in their families 1,760, very strong and able men for the work of the ministry in the house of God. And of the Levites, Semaiah, the son of Hasub, the son of Ezracham, the son of Hasabiah, of the sons of Merari, and Bakbakar the carpenter, and Galal, and Mathaniah the son of Micah, the son of Zechri, the son of Asaph, and Obadiah the son of Semaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Idithum, and Berechiah the son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who dwelt in the suburbs of Netophathi. And the porters were Selam, and Akub, and Telman, and Ahiman, and their brother Selam was the prince. Until that time in the king's gate eastward the sons of Levi waited by their turns. But Selam, the son of Kori, the son of Abiasaph, the son of Kori, with his brethren and his father's house, the Korites, were over the works of the service, keepers of the gates of the tabernacle, and their families in turns were keepers of the entrance of the camp of the Lord. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was their prince before the Lord, and Zacharias, the son of Mosolemiah, was porter of the gate of the tabernacle of the testimony. All these that were chosen to be porters at the gates were 212, and they were registered in their proper towns, whom David and Samuel the seer appointed in their trust, as well them as their sons to keep the gates of the house of the Lord and the tabernacle by their turns. In 4 quarters were the porters, that is to say, toward the east, and west, and north, and south. And their brethren dwelt in villages, and came upon their Sabbath days from time to time. To these 4 Levites were committed the whole number of the porters, and they were over the chambers and treasures of the house of the Lord. And they abode in their watches round about the temple of the Lord, that when it was time they might open the gates in the morning. And some of their stock had the charge of the vessels for the ministry, for the vessels were both brought in and carried out by number. Some of them also had the instruments of the sanctuary committed unto them, and the charge of the fine flour, and wine, and oil, and frankincense, and spices. And the sons of the priests made the ointments of the spices. And Mattathias, a Levite, the firstborn of Silom the Korite, was overseer of such things as were fried in the frying pan. And some of the sons of Kahath, their brethren, were over the leaves of proposition, to prepare always new for every Sabbath. These are the chief of the singing men of the families of the Levites, who dwelt in the chambers by the temple, that they might serve continually day and night in their ministry. The heads of the Levites, princes in their families, abode in Jerusalem. And in Gibeon dwelt Jehiel, the father of Gibeon, and the name of his wife was Maacah. His firstborn son Abdon, and Sur, and Kis, and Baal, and Ner, and Nadab. Gedor also, and Ahio, and Zacharias, and Machaloth. And Machaloth beget Samaean. These dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. Now Ner beget Kia, and Kis begot Saul, and Saul beget Jonathan, and Melchishua, and Abinadab, and Ezbaal. And the son of Jonathan was Merabaal, and Merabaal beget Micah. And the sons of Micah were Phithon, and Melech, and Theriah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz beget Jerah, and Jerah beget Alamath, and Asmoth, and Zamri. And Zamri beget Misa. And Misa beget Benaiah, whose son Rephaiah beget Elasa, of whom was born Asel. And Asel had 6 sons, whose names are Ezrakam, Bochru, Ishmael, Sariah, Obadiah, Hanan. These are the sons of Asel. End of chapter 9. Chapter 10. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down wounded in Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines drew near, pursuing after Saul and his sons. And they killed Jonathan and Abinadab, and Melchishua, the sons of Saul. And the battle grew hard against Saul, and the archers reached him, and wounded him with arrows. And Saul said to his armor-bearer, Draw thy sword, and kill me, lest these uncircumcised come and mock me. But his armor-bearer would not, for he was struck with fear. So Saul took his sword, and fell upon it. And when his armor-bearer saw it, to wit, that Saul was dead, he also fell upon his sword, and died. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and all his house fell together. And when the men of Israel that dwelt in the plains saw this, they fled. And Saul and his sons being dead, they forsook their cities, and were scattered up and down. And the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And the next day the Philistines, taking away the spoils of them that were slain, found Saul and his sons lying on Mount Gilboa. And when they had stripped him, and cut off his head, and taken away his armor, they sent it into their land to be carried about and shown in the temples of the idols and to the people. And his armor they dedicated in the temple of their god, and his head they fastened up in the temple of Dagon. And when the men of Jabez Gilead had heard this, to wit, all that the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men of them arose, and took the bodies of Saul and of his sons, and brought them to Jabez, and buried their bones under the oak that was in Jabez, and they fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his iniquities, because he transgressed the commandment of the Lord, which he had commanded, and kept it not, and moreover consulted also a witch, and trusted not in the Lord. Therefore he slew him, and transferred his kingdom to David, the son of Isai. End of chapter 10. First Chronicles, chapters 11 through 20 of the Bible Douay-Rheims 1899 American edition. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 11. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David in Hebron, saying, We are thy bone and thy flesh. Yesterday also and the day before, when Saul was king, thou wast he that leddest out and broughtest in Israel. For the Lord thy God said to thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over them. So all the ancients of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and David made a covenant with them before the Lord, and they anointed him king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke in the hand of Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, which is Jebus, where the Jebusites were the inhabitants of the land. And the inhabitants of Jebus said to David, Thou shalt not come in here. But David took the castle of Sion, which is the city of David. And he said, Whosoever shall first strike the Jebusites shall be the head and chief captain. And Joab, the son of Sarvia, went up first, and was made the general. And David dwelt in the castle, and therefore it was called the city of David. And he built the city round about from Millo all round, and Joab built the rest of the city. And David went on growing and increasing, and the Lord of hosts was with him. These are the chief of the valiant men of David, who helped him to be made king over all Israel, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke to Israel. And this is the number of the heroes of David. Jezbaam the son of Hachamoni, the chief among the 30. He lifted up his spear against 300 wounded by him at one time. And after him was Eleazar, his uncle's son, the Ahohite, who was one of the 3 mighties. He was with David in Phesdomim, when the Philistines were gathered to that place to battle, and the field of that country was full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines. But these men stood in the midst of the field and defended it, and they slew the Philistines, and the Lord gave a great deliverance to his people. And 3 of the 30 captains went down to the rock wherein David was, to the cave of Adullam, when the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And David was in a hold, and the garrison of the Philistines in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that some man would give me water of the cistern of Bethlehem, which is in the gate. And these 3 broke through the midst of the camp of the Philistines, and drew water out of the cistern of Bethlehem, which was in the gate, and brought it to David to drink. And he would not drink of it, but rather offered it to the Lord, saying, God forbid that I should do this in the sight of my God, and should drink the blood of these men. For with the danger of their lives they have brought me the water. And therefore he would not drink. These things did the three most valiant. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of 3, and he lifted up his spear against 300, whom he slew, and he was renowned among the 3, and illustrious among the second 3, and their captain. But yet he attained not to the first 3. Benaias, the son of Joiada, a most valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew the 2 Ariels of Moab, and he went down and killed a lion in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, whose stature was of 5 cubits, and who had a spear like a weaver's beam. And he went down to him with a staff, and plucked away the spear that he held in his hand, and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaias the son of Joiada, who was renowned among the 3 valiant ones, and the first among the 30, but yet to the 3 he attained not. And David made him of his counsel. Moreover, the most valiant men of the army were Asahel, brother of Joab, and Elkanan, the son of his uncle of Bethlehem, Semoth an Ararite, Helez a Phalonite, Ira the son of Akis a Thecuite, Abiezer an Anathothite, Sobokai a Husthite, Eli an Ahohite, Maharai a Netophathite, Heled the son of Baanah a Netophathite, Ithai the son of Ribai of Gibeath, of the sons of Benjamin, Benal a Pharathonite, Hurai of the torrent Gaas, Abiel an Arbathite, Asmoth a Baruamite, Eliaba a Salabonite, the sons of Asam a Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Sagi an Ararite, Ahiam the son of Sekar an Ararite, Eliphal the son of Hefer a Mechirathite, Ahiah a Philonite, Hezro a Carmelite, Naarai the son of Azbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibahar the son of Agarai, Selech an Ammonite, Naharai a Berathite, the armor-bearer of Joab the son of Sarviah, Ira a Jethrite, Gareb a Jethrite, Urias a Hittite, Zabad the son of Oholi, Adinah the son of Sizah, a Reubenite, the prince of the Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan the son of Maacah, and Josaphat a Mathonite, Uzziah an Ashtarothite, Samah and Jehiel the sons of Hotham an Arorite, Jedahiel the son of Zamri, and Jobs his brother a Thosite, Eliel a Methumite, and Jerubai and Josiah the sons of Elnaam, and Jethma a Moabite, Eliel and Obed and Jesiel of Mosobiah. End of chapter 11. Chapter 12. Now these are they that came to David to Siklag, while he yet fled from Saul, the son of Kiah, and they were most valiant and excellent warriors, bending the bow and using either hand in hurling stones with slings and shooting arrows, of the brethren of Saul of Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezer and Joash, the sons of Semaiah of Gibeath, and Jaziel and Phalet, the sons of Asmoth, and Barakah, and Jehu, an Anathothite, and Samias of Gibeon, the stoutest among the 30 and over the 30, Jeremias, and Jehaziel, and Johanan, and Jezabad of Gederoth, and Eluzai, and Jeremoth, and Bealiah, and Samaria, and Shephatiah the Haruphite, Elkanah, and Jesiah, and Azareel, and Joezer, and Jezbeam of Karihim, and Joelah, and Zebadiah, the sons of Jeroham of Gedor. From Gadai also there went over to David, when he lay hid in the wilderness, most valiant men and excellent warriors, holding shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of a lion, and they were swift like the roebucks on the mountains. Ezer the chief, Obadias the second, Eliab the third, Masmannah the fourth, Jeremias the fifth, Ithi the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremias the 10th, Machbani the 11th. These were of the sons of Gad, captains of the army. The least of them was captain over 100 soldiers, and the greatest over 1,000. These are they who passed over the Jordan in the first month, when it is used to flow over its banks. And they put to flight all that dwelt in the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. And there came also of the men of Benjamin and of Judah to the hold, in which David abode. And David went out to meet them, and said, If you are come peaceably to me to help me, let my heart be joined to you. But if you plot against me for my enemies, whereas I have no iniquity in my hands, let the God of our fathers see and judge. But the Spirit came upon Amasai, the chief among 30, and he said, We are thine, O David, and for thee, O son of Isai. Peace, peace be to thee, and peace to thy helpers, for thy God helpeth thee. So David received them, and made them captains of the band. And there were some of Manasseh's that went over to David when he came with the Philistines against Saul to fight, but he did not fight with them, because the lords of the Philistines, taking counsel, sent him back, saying, With the danger of our heads he will return to his master Saul. So when he went back to Siklag, there fled to him of Manasseh's Ednas, and Jozabad, and Jediel, and Michael, and Ednas, and Jozabad, and Eliu, and Salathi, captains of thousands in Manasseh's. These helped David against the rovers, for they were all most valiant men, and were made commanders in the army. Moreover, day by day there came some to David to help him, till they became a great number, like the army of God. And this is the number of the chiefs of the army who came to David, when he was in Hebron, to transfer to him the kingdom of Saul, according to the word of the Lord. The sons of Judah, bearing shield and spear, 6,800 well appointed to war. Of the sons of Simeon, valiant men for war, 7,100. Of the sons of Levi, 4,600. And Joiada, prince of the race of Aaron, and with him 3,700. Zadok, also a young man of excellent disposition, and the house of his father, 22 principal men. And of the sons of Benjamin, the brethren of Saul, 3,000. For hitherto a great part of them followed the house of Saul. And of the sons of Ephraim, 20,800, men of great valor, renowned in their kindreds. And of the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, every one by their names, came to make David king. Also of the sons of Issachar, men of understanding, that knew all times to order what Israel should do, 200 principal men, and all the rest of the tribe followed their counsel. And of Zabulon, such as went forth to battle and stood in array, well appointed with armor for war, there came 50,000 to his aid, with no double heart. And of Naphtali 1,000 leaders, and with them 37,000 furnished with shield and spear. Of Dan also 28,600 prepared for battle, and of Aser 40,000 going forth to fight and challenging in battle. And on the other side of the Jordan of the sons of Reuben and of Gad, and of the half of the tribe of Manasseh, 120,000 furnished with arms for war. All these men of war, well appointed to fight, came with a perfect heart to Hebron, to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. And they were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Moreover, they that were near them, even as far as Issachar and Zabulon and Naphtali, brought leaves on asses and on camels and on mules and on oxen to eat, meal, figs, raisins, wine, oil, and oxen and sheep in abundance, for there was joy in Israel. End of chapter 12. Chapter 13. And David consulted with the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and with all the commanders. And he said to all the assembly of Israel, If it please you, and if the words which I speak come from the Lord our God, let us send to the rest of our brethren into all the countries of Israel, and to the priests and the Levites that dwell in the suburbs of the cities, to gather themselves to us, and let us bring again the ark of our God to us, for we sought it not in the days of Saul. And all the multitude answered that it should be so, for the word pleased all the people. So David assembled all Israel from Sihor of Egypt, even to the entering into Emath, to bring the ark of God from Kiriathaim. And David went up with all the men of Israel to the hill of Kiriathaim, which is in Judah, to bring thence the ark of the Lord God sitting upon the cherubims, where his name is called upon. And they carried the ark of God upon a new cart, out of the house of Abinadab, and Uzzah and his brother drove the cart. And David and all Israel played before God with all their might, with hymns and with harps, and with psalteries and timbrels and cymbals and trumpets. And when they came to the floor of Kidon, Uzzah put forth his hand to hold up the ark, for the ox being wanton had made it lean a little on one side. And the Lord was angry with Uzzah, and struck him because he had touched the ark, and he died there before the Lord. And David was troubled because the Lord had divided Uzzah, and he called that place the breach of Uzzah to this day. And he feared God at that time, saying, How can I bring in the ark of God to me? And therefore he brought it not home to himself, that is, into the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gethite. And the ark of God remained in the house of Obed-Edom 3 months, and the Lord blessed his house and all that he had. End of chapter 13. Chapter 14. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and masons and carpenters, to build him a house. And David perceived that the Lord had confirmed him king over Israel, and that his kingdom was exalted over his people Israel. And David took other wives in Jerusalem, and he begat sons and daughters. Now these are the names of them that were born to him in Jerusalem: Semua, and Sobad, Nathan, and Solomon, Jibahar, and Elisua, and Eliphalet, and Noga, and Nepheg, and Japhiah, Elisama, and Baaliada, and Eliphalet. And the Philistines, hearing that David was anointed king over all Israel, went all up to seek him. And David heard of it, and went out against them. And the Philistines came, and spread themselves in the vale of Rephaim. And David consulted the Lord, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines, and wilt thou deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said to him, Go up, and I will deliver them into thy hand. And when they were come to Baal-Pharazim, David defeated them there, and he said, God hath divided my enemies by my hand, as waters are divided. And therefore the name of that place was called Baal-Pharazim. And they left there their gods, and David commanded that they should be burnt. Another time also the Philistines made an irruption, and spread themselves abroad in the valley. And David consulted God again, and God said to him, Go not up after them, turn away from them, and come upon them over against the pear trees. And when thou shalt hear the sound of one going in the tops of the pear trees, then shalt thou go out to battle. For God is gone out before thee to strike the army of the Philistines. And David did as God had commanded him, and defeated the army of the Philistines, slaying them from Gibeon to Gezerah. And the name of David became famous in all countries, and the Lord made all nations fear him. End of chapter 14. Chapter 15. He made also houses for himself in the city of David, and built a place for the ark of God, and pitched a tabernacle for it. Then David said, No one ought to carry the ark of God but the Levites, whom the Lord hath chosen to carry it, and to minister unto himself forever. And he gathered all Israel together into Jerusalem, that the ark of God might be brought into its place, which he had prepared for it. And the sons of Aaron also, and the Levites. Of the children of Kehath, Uriel was the chief, and his brethren 120. Of the sons of Merari, Asaiah the chief, and his brethren 220. Of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief, and his brethren 130. Of the sons of Elisaphan, Semaias the chief, and his brethren 200. Of the sons of Hebron, Eliel the chief, and his brethren 80. Of the sons of Oziel, Aminadab the chief, and his brethren 112. And David called Zadok and Abiathar the priests and the Levites, Uriel, Asaiah, Joel, Semaiah, Eliel, and Aminadab. And he said to them, You that are the heads of the Levitical families, be sanctified with your brethren, and bring the ark of the Lord the God of Israel to the place which is prepared for it. Lest, as the Lord at first struck us, because you were not present, the same should now also come to pass by our doing something against the law. So the priests and the Levites were sanctified to carry the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel. And the sons of Levi took the ark of God as Moses had commanded, according to the word of the Lord, upon their shoulders with the staves. And David spoke to the chiefs of the Levites to appoint some of their brethren to be singers with musical instruments, to wit, on psalteries and harps and cymbals, that the joyful noise might resound on high. And they appointed Levites, Hemam, the son of Joel, and of his brethren Asaph, the son of Berechias, and of the sons of Merari, their brethren, Ethan, the son of Keziah, and with them their brethren in the second rank, Zacharias, and Ben, and Jaziel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Ani, and Eliab, and Benaias, and Maasias, and Mattathias, and Eliphalu, and Machanias, and Obed-Edom, and Jehiel, the porters. Now the singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan, sounded with cymbals of brass, and Zacharias, and Oziel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Ani, and Eliab, and Maasias, and Benaias sung mysteries upon psalteries. And Mattathias, and Eliphalu, and Machanias, and Obed-Edom, and Jehiel, and Ozaziu sung a song of victory for the octave upon harps. And Conanias, chief of the Levites, presided over the prophecy to give out the tunes, for he was very skillful. And Berechias and Elkanah were doorkeepers of the ark, and Sebanias and Josaphat, and Nathaniel, and Amasai, and Zacharias, and Benaias, and Eleazar, the priests, sounded with trumpets before the ark of God, and Obed-Edom and Jehias were porters of the ark. So David and all the ancients of Israel, and the captains over thousands, went to bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the house of Obed-Edom with joy. And when God had helped the Levites who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, they offered in sacrifice 7 oxen and 7 rams. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that carried the ark, and the singing men, and Conanias, the ruler of the prophecy among the singers. And David also had on him an ephod of linen. And all Israel brought the ark of the covenant of the Lord with joyful shouting, and sounding with the sound of the cornet, and with trumpets and cymbals and psalteries and harps. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord was come to the city of David, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out at a window, saw King David dancing and playing, and she despised him in her heart. End of chapter 15. Chapter 16. So they brought the ark of God, and set it in the midst of the tent which David had pitched for it, and they offered holocausts and peace offerings before God. And when David had made an end of offering holocausts and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord. And he divided to all and every one, both men and women, a loaf of bread and a piece of roasted beef, and flour fried with oil. And he appointed Levites to minister before the ark of the Lord, and to remember his works, and to glorify and praise the Lord God of Israel. Asaph the chief, and next after him Zacharias, moreover Jehiel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Mattathias, and Eliab, and Benaias, and Obed-Edom, and Jehiel over the instruments of psaltery and harps, and Asaph sounded with cymbals, but Benaias and Jeziel the priests to sound the trumpet continually before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. In that day David made Asaph the chief to give praise to the Lord with his brethren. Praise ye the Lord, and call upon his name. Make known his doings among the nations. Sing to him, yea, sing praises to him, and relate all his wondrous works. Praise ye his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek ye the Lord and his power. Seek ye his face evermore. Remember his wonderful works, which he hath done, his signs, and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Israel his servants, ye children of Jacob his chosen. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. Remember forever his covenant, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. The covenant which he made with Abraham, and his oath to Isaac. And he appointed the same to Jacob for a precept, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, To thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a small number, very few and sojourners in it, and they passed from nation to nation, and from a kingdom to another people. He suffered no man to do them wrong, and reproved kings for their sake. Touch not my anointed, and do no evil to my prophets. Sing ye to the Lord, all the earth. Show forth from day to day his salvation. Declare his glory among the Gentiles, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and exceedingly to be praised, and he is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Praise and magnificence are before him, strength and joy in his place. Bring ye to the Lord, O ye families of the nations. Bring ye to the Lord glory and empire. Give to the Lord glory to his name. Bring up sacrifice, and come ye in his sight, and adore the Lord in holy becomingness. Let all the earth be moved at his presence, for he hath founded the world immovable. Let the heavens rejoice, and the earth be glad, and let them say among the nations, The Lord hath reigned. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice, and all things that are in them. Then shall the trees of the wood give praise before the Lord, because he is come to judge the earth. Give ye glory to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. And say ye, Save us, O God, our Saviour, and gather us together, and deliver us from the nations, that we may give glory to thy holy name, and may rejoice in singing thy praises. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from eternity to eternity. And let all the people say, Amen, and a hymn to God. So he left there before the ark of the covenant of the Lord Asaph and his brethren to minister in the presence of the ark continually day by day, and in their courses. And Obed-Edom with his brethren 68, and Obed-Edom the son of Idithun, and Hosah he appointed to be porters, and Sadok the priest and his brethren priests, before the tabernacle of the Lord in the high place, which was in Gibeon. that they should offer holocausts to the Lord upon the altar of holocausts continually, morning and evening, according to all that is written in the law of the Lord, which he commanded Israel. And after him Heman, and Idithun, and the rest that were chosen, every one by his name, to give praise to the Lord, because his mercy endureth for ever. And Heman and Idithun sounded the trumpet, and played on the cymbals and all kinds of musical instruments, to sing praises to God. And the sons of Idithun he made porters. And all the people returned to their houses, and David to bless also his own house. End of chapter 16. Chapter 17. Now when David was dwelling in his house, he said to Nathan the prophet, Behold, I dwell in a house of cedar, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord is under skins. And Nathan said to David, Do all that is in thy heart, for God is with thee. Now that night the word of God came to Nathan, saying, Go and speak to David my servant. Thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not build me a house to dwell in. For I have not remained in a house from the time that I brought up Israel to this day, but I have been always changing places in a tabernacle and in a tent, abiding with all Israel. Did I ever speak to anyone of all the judges of Israel, whom I charged to feed my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? Now therefore, thus shalt thou say to my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the pastures, from following the flock, that thou shouldst be ruler of my people Israel. And I have been with thee whithersoever thou hast gone, and have slain all thy enemies before thee, and have made thee a name like that of one of the great ones that are renowned in the earth. And I have given a place to my people Israel. They shall be planted, and shall dwell therein, and shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of iniquity waste them, as at the beginning, since the days that I gave judges to my people Israel, and have humbled all thy enemies. And I declare to thee that the Lord will build thee a house. And when thou shalt have ended thy days to go to thy fathers, I will raise up thy seed after thee, which shall be of thy sons, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build me a house, and I will establish his throne forever. I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son, and I will not take my mercy away from him, as I took it from him that was before thee. But I will settle him in my house, and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be most firm forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And King David came and sat before the Lord, and said, Who am I, O Lord God, and what is my house, that thou shouldst give such things to me? But even this hath seemed little in thy sight, and therefore thou hast also spoken concerning the house of thy servant for the time to come, and hast made me remarkable above all men, O Lord God. What can David add more, seeing thou hast thus glorified thy servant and known him? O Lord, for thy servant's sake, according to thy own heart, thou hast shown all this magnificence, and wouldst have all the great things to be known. O Lord, there is none like thee, and there is no other God beside thee, of all whom we have heard of with our ears. For what other nation is there upon earth like thy people Israel, whom God went to deliver and make a people for himself, and by his greatness and terrors cast out nations before their face, whom he had delivered out of Egypt? And thou hast made thy people Israel to be thy own people forever, and thou, O Lord, art become their God. Now therefore, O Lord, let the word which thou hast spoken to thy servant, and concerning his house, be established forever, and do as thou hast said. And let thy name remain and be magnified forever, and let it be said, The Lord of hosts is God of Israel, and the house of David his servant remaineth before him. For thou, O Lord my God, hast revealed to the ear of thy servant that thou wilt build him a house, and therefore thy servant hath found confidence to pray before thee. And now, O Lord, thou art God, and thou hast promised to thy servant such great benefits. And thou hast begun to bless the house of thy servant, that it may be always before thee. For seeing thou blessest it, O Lord, it shall be blessed forever. End of chapter 17. Chapter 18. And it came to pass after this, that David defeated the Philistines, and humbled them, and took away Geth and her daughters out of the hands of the Philistines. And he defeated Moab, and the Moabites were made David's servants, and brought him gifts. At that time David defeated also Adarezer, king of Soba, of the land of Hemath, when he went to extend his dominions as far as the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots, and 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 footmen. And he houghed all the chariot horses, only 100 chariots, which he reserved for himself. And the Syrians of Damascus came also to help Adarezer, king of Soba, and David slew of them likewise 22,000 men. And he put a garrison in Damascus, that Syria also should serve him and bring gifts. And the Lord assisted him in all things to which he went. And David took the golden quivers which the servants of Adarezer had, and he brought them to Jerusalem. Likewise, out of Thebath and Kun, cities of Adarezer, he brought very much brass, of which Solomon made the brazen sea, and the pillars and the vessels of brass. Now when Tou, king of Hemath, heard that David had defeated all the army of Adarezer, king of Soba, he sent Adoram his son to King David, to desire peace of him, and to congratulate him that he had defeated and overthrown Adarezer, for Tou was an enemy to Adarezer. And all the vessels of gold and silver and brass King David consecrated to the Lord, with the silver and gold which he had taken from all the nations, as well from Edom and from Moab, and from the sons of Ammon, as from the Philistines, and from Amalek. And Abishai, the son of Sarvia, slew of the Edomites in the vale of the salt pits 18,000. And he put a garrison in Edom, that Edom should serve David. And the Lord preserved David in all things to which he went. So David reigned over all Israel, and executed judgment and justice among all his people. And Joab, the son of Sarvia, was over the army, and Joshaphat, the son of Ahilud, recorder, and Sadok, the son of Achitob, and Achimelech, the son of Abiathar, were the priests, and Susa, scribe. And Benaias, the son of Joiada, was over the bands of the Kerethi and the Phelethi, and the sons of David were chief about the king. End of chapter 18. Chapter 19. Now it came to pass that Naas, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness to Hanan, the son of Naas, for his father did a favor to me. And David sent messengers to comfort him upon the death of his father. But when they were come into the land of the children of Ammon to comfort Hanan, the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanan, Thou thinkest perhaps that David, to do honor to thy father, hath sent comforters to thee. And thou dost not take notice that his servants are come to thee to consider and search and spy out thy land. Wherefore Hanan shaved the heads and beards of the servants of David, and cut away their garments from the buttocks to the feet, and sent them away. And when they were gone, they sent word to David, who sent to meet them, for they had suffered a great affront, and ordered them to stay at Jericho till their beards grew, and then to return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had done an injury to David, Hanan and the rest of the people sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them chariots and horsemen out of Mesopotamia, and out of Syria Maacah, and out of Soba. And they hired 32,000 chariots, and the king of Maacah with his people. And they came and camped over against Medaba. And the children of Ammon gathered themselves together out of their cities, and came to battle. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the army of valiant men. And the children of Ammon came out and put their army in array before the gate of the city. And the kings that were come to their aid stood apart in the field. Wherefore Joab, understanding that the battle was set against him before and behind, chose out the bravest men of all Israel, and marched against the Syrians, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai his brother, and they went against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, I will help thee. Be of good courage, and let us behave ourselves manfully for our people, and for the cities of our God, and the Lord will do that which is good in his sight. So Joab and the people that were with him went against the Syrians to the battle, and he put them to flight. And the children of Ammon, seeing that the Syrians were fled, they likewise fled from Abishai his brother, and went into the city. And Joab also returned to Jerusalem. But the Syrians, seeing that they had fallen before Israel, sent messengers, and brought to them the Syrians that were beyond the river. And Sophach, general of the army of Ederezer, was their leader. And it was told David, and he gathered together all Israel, and passed the Jordan, and came upon them, and put his army in array against them, and they fought with him. But the Syrian fled before Israel, and David slew of the Syrians 7,000 chariots and 40,000 footmen, and Sophach, the general of the army. And when the servants of Ederezer saw themselves overcome by Israel, they went over to David and served him. and Syria would not help the children of Ammon any more. End of chapter 19. Chapter 20. And it came to pass after the course of a year, at the time that kings go out to battle, Joab gathered together an army and the strength of the troops, and wasted the land of the children of Ammon, and went and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed at Jerusalem when Joab smote Rabbah and destroyed it. And David took the crown of Melchom from his head, and found in it a talent weight of gold, and most precious stones, and he made himself a diadem of it. He took also the spoils of the city, which were very great. And the people that were therein he brought out, and made harrows, and sleds, and chariots of iron to go over them, so that they were cut and bruised to pieces. In this manner David dealt with all the cities of the children of Ammon, and he returned with all his people to Jerusalem. After this there arose a war at Gezer against the Philistines, in which Sabbakai the Hushathite slew Saphi of the race of Rephaim, and humbled them. Another battle also was fought against the Philistines, in which Adiodatus the son of Saltus, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother of Goliath the Gethite, the staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. There was another battle also in Geth, in which there was a man of great stature, whose fingers and toes were 24, 6 on each hand and foot, who also was born of the stock of Rapha. He reviled Israel, but Jonathan the son of Shemaiah, the brother of David, slew him. These were the sons of Rapha in Geth, who fell by the hand of David and his servants. End of chapter 20. First Chronicles, chapters 21 through 29 of the Bible, Douay-Rheims, 1899 American edition. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 21. And Satan rose up against Israel, and moved David to number Israel. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, Go and number Israel from Beerzebub even to Dan, and bring me the number of them, that I may know it. And Joab answered, The Lord make his people 100 times more than they are. But my lord the king, are they not all thy servants? Why doth my lord seek this thing, which may be imputed as a sin to Israel? But the king's word rather prevailed, and Joab departed, and went through all Israel, and returned to Jerusalem. And he gave David the number of them whom he had surveyed, and all the number of Israel was found to be 1,100,000 men that drew the sword, and of Judah 470,000 fighting men. But Levi and Benjamin he did not number, for Joab unwillingly executed the king's orders. And God was displeased with this thing that was commanded, and he struck Israel. And David said to God, I have sinned exceedingly in doing this. I beseech thee, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done foolishly. And the Lord spoke to Gad, the seer of David, saying, Go and speak to David, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, I give thee the choice of 3 things. Choose one which thou wilt, and I will do it to thee. And when Gad was come to David, he said to him, Thus saith the Lord, Choose which thou wilt, either 3 years' famine, or 3 months' to flee from thy enemies, and not to be able to escape their sword, or 3 days to have the sword of the Lord, and pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying in all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore see what I shall answer him who sent me. And David said to Gad, I am on every side in a great strait, but it is better for me to fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercies are many, than into the hands of men. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And he sent an angel to Jerusalem to strike it, and as he was striking it, the Lord beheld and took pity for the greatness of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough, now stop thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David, lifting up his eyes, saw the angel of the Lord standing between heaven and earth, with a drawn sword in his hand, turned against Jerusalem. And both he and the ancients, clothed in haircloth, fell down flat on the ground. And David said to God, Am not I he that commanded the people to be numbered? It is I that have sinned. It is I that have done the evil. But as for this flock, what hath it deserved? O Lord my God, let thy hand be turned, I beseech thee, upon me and upon my father's house, and let not thy people be destroyed. And the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to tell David to go up and build an altar to the Lord God in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David went up according to the word of Gad, which he spoke to him in the name of the Lord. Now when Ornan looked up and saw the angel, he and his 4 sons hid themselves, for at that time he was thrashing wheat in the floor. And as David was coming to Ornan, Ornan saw him, and went out of the thrashing floor to meet him, and bowed down to him with his face to the ground. And David said to him, Give me this place of thy threshing floor, that I may build therein an altar to the Lord. But thou shalt take of me as much money as it is worth, that the plague may cease from the people. And Ornan said to David, Take it, and let my lord the king do all that pleaseth him, and moreover the oxen also I give for a holocaust, and the drays for wood, and the wheat for the sacrifice. I will give it all willingly. And King David said to him, It shall not be so, but I will give thee money as much as it is worth, for I must not take it from thee, and so offer to the Lord holocausts free cost. So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 sicles of gold of just weight. And he built there an altar to the Lord, and he offered holocausts and peace offerings, and he called upon the Lord, and he heard him by sending fire from heaven upon the altar of the holocaust. And the Lord commanded the angel, and he put up his sword again into the sheath. And David, seeing that the Lord had heard him in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, forthwith offered victims there. But the tabernacle of the Lord, which Moses made in the desert, and the altar of holocausts, was at that time in the high place of Gibeon. And David could not go to the altar there to pray to God, for he was seized with an exceeding great fear, seeing the sword of the angel of the Lord. End of chapter 21. Chapter 22. Then David said, This is the house of God, and this is the altar for the holocaust of Israel. And he commanded to gather together all the proselytes of the land of Israel, and out of them he appointed stone cutters to hew stones and polish them, to build the house of God. And David prepared in abundance iron for the nails of the gates, and for the closures and joinings, and of brass an immense weight. And the cedar trees were without number, which the Sidonians and Tyrians brought to David. And David said, Solomon my son is very young and tender, and the house which I would have to be built to the Lord must be such as to be renowned in all countries. Therefore I will prepare him necessaries. And therefore before his death he prepared all the charges. And he called for Solomon his son, and commanded him to build a house to the Lord, the God of Israel. And David said to Solomon, My son, it was my desire to have built a house to the name of the Lord my God. But the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Thou hast shed much blood, and fought many battles, so thou canst not build a house to my name, after shedding so much blood before me. The son that shall be born to thee shall be a most quiet man, for I will make him rest from all his enemies round about, and therefore he shall be called Peaceable. And I will give peace and quietness to Israel all his days. He shall build a house to my name, and he shall be a son to me, and I will be a father to him. And I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now then, my son, the Lord be with thee, and do thou prosper, and build the house to the Lord thy God, as he hath spoken of thee. The Lord also give thee wisdom and understanding, that thou mayest be able to rule Israel, and to keep the law of the Lord thy God. For then thou shalt be able to prosper, if thou keep the commandments and judgments which the Lord commanded Moses to teach Israel. Take courage, and act manfully, fear not, nor be dismayed. Behold, I in my poverty have prepared the charges of the house of the Lord, of gold 100,000 talents, and of silver 1,000,000 of talents. But of brass and of iron there is no weight, for the abundance surpasseth all account. Timber also and stones I have prepared for all the charges. Thou hast also workmen in abundance, hewers of stones, and masons, and carpenters, and of all trades the most skillful in their work, in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in iron, whereof there is no number. Arise then, and be doing, and the Lord will be with thee. David also charged all the princes of Israel to help Solomon his son, saying, You see that the Lord your God is with you, and hath given you rest round about, and hath delivered all your enemies into your hands, and the land is subdued before the Lord and before his people. Give therefore your hearts and your souls to seek the Lord your God, and arise and build a sanctuary to the Lord God, that the ark of the covenant of the Lord and the vessels consecrated to the Lord may be brought into the house which is built to the name of the Lord. End of chapter 22. Chapter 23. And David, being old and full of days, made Solomon his son king over Israel. And he gathered together all the princes of Israel, and the priests and Levites. And the Levites were numbered from the age of 30 years and upwards, and there were found of them 38,000 men. Of these 24,000 were chosen, and distributed unto the ministry of the house of the Lord, and 6,000 were the overseers and judges. Moreover, 4,000 were porters, and as many singers singing to the Lord with the instruments which he had made to sing with. And David distributed them into courses by the families of the sons of Levi, to wit, of Gerson, and of Kehath, and of Merari. The sons of Gerson were Leadan and Simei. The sons of Leadan, the chief Jehiel, and Zethan and Joel, 3. The sons of Simei, Salomith, and Hosiel, and Aran, 3. These were the heads of the families of Leadan. And the sons of Simei were Leheth, and Zizzah, and Jeus, and Beriah. These were the sons of Simei, 4. And Leheth was the first, Zizzah the second. But Jeus and Beriah had not many children, and therefore they were counted in one family and in one house. The sons of Kehath were Amram and Izhar, Hebron and Oziel, 4. The sons of Amram, Aaron and Moses. And Aaron was separated to minister in the Holy of Holies, he and his sons forever, and to burn incense before the Lord according to his ceremonies, and to bless his name forever. The sons also of Moses, the man of God, were numbered in the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. The sons of Gershom, Sebuel the first. And the sons of Eleazar were Rehobiah the first, and Eleazar had no more sons. But the sons of Rehobiah were multiplied exceedingly. The sons of Izhar, Salomith the first. The sons of Hebron, Jeriu the first, Amarias the second, Jahaziel the third, Jechmeam the fourth. The sons of Oziel, Micah the first, Jesiah the second. The sons of Merari, Maholi and Musi. The sons of Maholi, Eleazar and Kiah. And Eleazar died and had no sons but daughters, and the sons of Kis their brethren took them. The sons of Musi, Maholi and Eder, and Jeremoth, 3. These are the sons of Levi in their kindreds and families, princes by their courses, and the number of every head that did the works of the ministry of the house of the Lord, from 20 years old and upward. For David said, The Lord, the God of Israel, hath given rest to his people, and a habitation in Jerusalem forever. And it shall not be the office of the Levites to carry any more the tabernacle and all the vessels for the service thereof. So, according to the last precepts of David, the sons of Levi are to be numbered from 20 years old and upward, and they are to be under the hand of the sons of Aaron for the service of the house of the Lord, in the porches, and in the chambers, and in the place of purification, and in the sanctuary, and in all the works of the ministry of the temple of the Lord. And the priests have the charge of the leaves of proposition, and of the sacrifice of fine flour, and of the unleavened cakes, and of the frying pan, and of the roasting, and of every weight and measure. And the Levites are to stand in the morning to give thanks, and to sing praises to the Lord, and in like manner in the evening, as well in the oblation of the holocausts of the Lord, as in the Sabbaths, and in the new moons, and the rest of the solemnities, according to the number and ceremonies prescribed for everything, continually before the Lord. And let them keep the observances of the tabernacle of the covenant, and the ceremonies of the sanctuary, and the charge of the sons of Aaron their brethren, that they may minister in the house of the Lord. End of chapter 23. Chapter 24. Now these were the divisions of the sons of Aaron. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and had no children. So Eleazar and Ithamar did the office of the priesthood. And David distributed them, that is, Zadok of the sons of Eleazar, and Ahimelech of the sons of Ithamar, according to their courses and ministry. And there were found many more of the sons of Eleazar among the principal men than of the sons of Ithamar. And he divided them so that there were of the sons of Eleazar 16 chief men by their families, and of the sons of Ithamar 8 by their families and houses. And he divided both the families one with the other by lot, for there were princes of the sanctuary, and princes of God, both of the sons of Eleazar and of the sons of Ithamar. And Semaias, the son of Nathaniel the scribe, a Levite, wrote them down before the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech the son of Abiathar, and the princes also of the priestly and Levitical families, one house which was over the rest of Eleazar, and another house which had the rest under it of Ithamar. Now the first lot came forth to Joiarib, the second to Jediai, the third to Harim, the fourth to Seorim, the fifth to Melchiah, the sixth to Mimen, the seventh to Achos, the eighth to Abiah, the ninth to Jeshua, the 10th to Shechaniah, the 11th to Eliasib, the 12th to Joachim, the 13th to Hopha, the 14th to Isbaab, the 15th to Belga, the 16th to Immer, the 17th to Hezer, the 18th to Aphses, the 19th to Phetiah, the 20th to Hezekiah, the 21st to Jachin, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Deliahu, the 24th to Maaziah. These are their courses according to their ministries, to come into the house of the Lord, and according to their manner under the hand of Aaron their father, as the Lord the God of Israel had commanded. Now of the rest of the sons of Levi, there was of the sons of Amram, Subael, and of the sons of Subael, Jehediah. Also of the sons of Rehobiah, the chief, Jezias, and the son of Issachar, Salamoth, and the son of Salamoth, Jahath, and his son, Jeriah the first, Amarias the second, Jehaziel the third, Jechmeam the fourth, the son of Oziel, Micah, the son of Micah, Samir, the brother of Micah, Jesiah, and the son of Jesiah, Zacharias, the sons of Merari, Maholi, and Musi, the son of Oziah, Beno, the son also of Merari, Oziel, and Siem, and Zachur, and Hebri, and the son of Maholi, Eleazar, who had no sons, and the son of Kis, Jeremiah, the sons of Musi, Maholi, Eder, and Jeremoth. These are the sons of Levi according to the houses of their families. And they also cast lots over against their brethren, the sons of Aaron, before David the king, and Zadok, and Ahimelech, and the princes of the priestly and Levitical families, both the elder and the younger. The lot divided all equally. End of chapter 24. Chapter 25. Moreover, David and the chief officers of the army separated for the ministry the sons of Asaph, and of Heman, and of Iduthan, to prophesy with harps, and with psalteries, and with cymbals, according to their number, serving in their appointed office. Of the sons of Asaph, Zechur, and Joseph, and Nathaniah, and Azarellah, sons of Asaph, under the hand of Asaph, prophesying near the king. And of Iduthan, the sons of Iduthan, Godolias, Serph, Jesias, and Hazabias, and Mattathias, 6, under the hand of their father Iduthan, who prophesied with a harp, to give thanks and to praise the Lord. Of Heman also, the sons of Heman, Bokiah, Mathaniah, Oziel, Subiel, and Jeremoth, Hananias, Hanani, Eliathah, Gedalte, and Romemthiezer, and Jesbaxa, Malathi, Other, Mahazioth. All these were the sons of Heman, the seer of the king, and the words of God, to lift up the horn. And God gave to Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these under their father's hand were distributed to sing in the temple of the Lord with cymbals and psalteries and harps for the service of the house of the Lord near the king, to wit, Asaph and Iduthan and Heman. And the number of them with their brethren that taught the song of the Lord, all the teachers, were 288, and they cast lots by their courses, the elder equally with the younger, the learned and the unlearned together. And the first lot came forth to Joseph, who was of Asaph, the second to Godolias, to him and his sons and his brethren 12. The third to Zechur, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fourth to Isari, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fifth to Nathaniah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The sixth to Bokiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The seventh to Israela, to his sons and his brethren 12. The eighth to Jesiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The ninth to Mathanias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 10th to Semeias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 11th to Azareel, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 12th to Hazabiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 13th to Subael, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 14th to Mattathias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 15th to Jeremoth, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 16th to Hananias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 17th to Jesbakasah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 18th to Hanani, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 19th to Melothi, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 20th to Eliathah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 21st to Other, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 22nd to Gedalte, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 23rd to Mahazioth, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 24th to Romemthiezer, to his sons and his brethren 12. End of chapter 25. Chapter 26. And the divisions of the porters, of the Caritas Meshelemiah, the son of Kori, of the sons of Asaph. The sons of Meshelemiah, Zacharias the firstborn, Jediel the second, Zabadias the third, Jethaniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Johanan the sixth, Elioenai the seventh. And the sons of Obed-Edom, Semaias the firstborn, Jozabad the second, Joahah the third, Zechar the fourth, Nathaniel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pholathi the eighth, for the Lord had blessed him. And to Semai his son were born sons, heads of their families, for they were men of great valor. The sons then of Semaias were Othni, and Raphael, and Obed, and Elizabad, and his brethren, most valiant men, and Eliu, and Samachias. All these of the sons of Obed-Edom, they and their sons and their brethren, most able men for service, 62 of Obed-Edom. And the sons of Meshelemiah and their brethren, strong men, were 18. And of Hosah, that is, of the sons of Merari, Semri the chief, for he had not a firstborn, and therefore his father made him chief. Helkias the second, Tabalias the third, Zacharias the fourth. All these the sons and the brethren of Hosah were 13. Among these were the divisions of the porters, so that the chiefs of the wards, as well as their brethren, always ministered in the house of the Lord. And they cast lots equally, both little and great, by their families for every one of the gates. And the lot of the east fell to Selemias, but to his son Zacharias, a very wise and learned man, the north gate fell by lot. And to Obed-Edom and his sons that towards the south, in which part of the house was the council of the ancients. To Sephim and Hosah towards the west, by the gate which leadeth to the way of the ascent, ward against ward. Now towards the east were 6 Levites, and towards the north 4 a day, and towards the south likewise 4 a day, and where the council was 2 and 2. In the cells also of the porters toward the west 4 in the way, and 2 at every cell. These are the divisions of the porters of the sons of Kori and of Merari. Now Achias was over the treasures of the house of God and the holy vessels. The sons of Ladan, the sons of Gersani, of Ladan were heads of the families, of Ladan and Gersani, Jehieli. The sons of Jehieli, Zathan and Joel, his brethren, over the treasures of the house of the Lord, with the Amramites, and Issacharites, and Hebronites, and Uzzielites. And Subael, the son of Gersom, the son of Moses, was chief over the treasures. His brethren also, Eleazar, whose son Rehobiah, and his son Isaias, and his son Joram, and his son Zechri, and his son Salamith, which Salamith and his brethren were over the treasures of the holy things, which King David, and the heads of families, and the captains over thousands, and over hundreds, and the captains of the host had dedicated, out of the wars and the spoils won in battles, which they had consecrated to the building and furniture of the temple of the Lord. And all these things that Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Kis, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Sarviah had sanctified. And whosoever had sanctified those things, they were under the hand of Salamith and his brethren. But Conanias and his sons were over the Issacharites, for the business abroad over Israel, to teach them and judge them. And of the Hebronites, Hazabias and his brethren, most able men, 1,700, had the charge over Israel beyond the Jordan westward, in all the works of the Lord, and for the service of the king. And the chief of the Hebronites was Jeriah, according to their families and kindreds. In the 40th year of the reign of David, they were numbered, and there were found most valiant men in Jazer Gilead, and his brethren of stronger age, 2,700 chiefs of families. And King David made them rulers over the Reubenites and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, for all the service of God and the king. End of chapter 26. Chapter 27. Now the children of Israel, according to their number, the heads of families, captains of thousands and of hundreds, and officers that served the king according to their companies, who came in and went out every month in the year, under every chief, were 24,000. Over the first company, the first month, Jezboam, the son of Zabdiel, was chief, and under him were 24,000. Of the sons of Phares, the chief of all the captains in the host in the first month. The company of the second month was under Dudiah, an Ahohite, and after him was another named Macheloth, who commanded a part of the army of 24,000. And the captain of the third company for the third month was Benaias, the son of Joiada, the priest, and in his division were 24,000. This is that Benaias, the most valiant among the 30, and above the 30, and Ammizabad, his son, commanded his company. The fourth for the fourth month was Asahel, the brother of Joab, and Zabadias his son after him, and in his company were 24,000. The fifth captain for the fifth month was Samaoth, a Jezerite, and his company were 24,000. The sixth for the sixth month was Hira, the son of Achaz, a Tekoite, and in his company were 24,000. The seventh for the seventh month was Helez, a Phalonite of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The eighth for the eighth month was Zobakai, a Husathite of the race of Zerah, and in his company were 24,000. The ninth for the ninth month was Abiezer, an Anathothite of the sons of Gemini, and in his company were 24,000. The 10th for the 10th month was Merai, who was a Netophathite of the race of Zerai, and in his company were 24,000. The 11th for the 11th month was Benaias, a Pharathonite of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The 12th for the 12th month was Holdai, a Netophathite of the race of Gothoniel, and in his company were 24,000. Now the chiefs over the tribes of Israel were these. Over the Reubenites, Eleazar, the son of Zechri, was ruler. Over the Simeonites, Saphatias, the son of Maacah. Over the Levites, Hazabias, the son of Kemuel. Over the Aaronites, Sadoc. Over Judah, Eliu, the brother of David. Over Issachar, Amri, the son of Michael. Over the Zebulunites, Jesmias, the son of Adias. Over the Naphtalites, Jeremoth, the son of Osriel. Over the sons of Ephraim, Ozir, the son of Ozaziel. Over the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joel, the son of Phediah. And over the half-tribe of Manasseh, in Gilead, Jado, the son of Zacharias, and over Benjamin, Jesiel, the son of Abner, and over Dan, Ezrael, the son of Jeroham. These were the princes of the children of Israel. But David would not number them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said that he would multiply Israel like the stars of heaven. Joab the son of Sarvia began to number, but he finished not, because upon this there fell wrath upon Israel, and therefore the number of them that were numbered was not registered in the Chronicles of King David. And over the king's treasures was Asmoth, the son of Adiel, and over those stores which were in the cities, and in the villages, and in the castles, was Jonathan, the son of Ozias. And over the tillage and the husbandmen who tilled the ground was Ezri, the son of Kelub. And over the dressers of the vineyards was Semaias, a Romathite. And over the wine cellars, Zabdias, an Aphonite. And over the olive yards and the fig groves which were in the plains was Balaam, a Gederite. And over the oil cellars, Joas. And over the herds that fed in Saron was Setrai, a Saronite. And over the oxen in the valleys, Shaphat, the son of Adlai. And over the camels, Ubil, an Ishmaelite, and over the asses, Jedias, a Meronothite, and over the sheep, Jeziah, an Agarene. All these were the rulers of the substance of King David. And Jonathan, David's uncle, a counselor, a wise and learned man, he and Jehiel, the son of Hachmoni, were with the king's sons. And Achitophel was the king's counselor, and Cusai the Arakite, the king's friend. And after Achitophel was Joiada, the son of Benaias, and Abiathar. And the general of the king's army was Joab. End of chapter 27. Chapter 28. And David assembled all the chief men of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains of the companies who waited on the king, and the captains over thousands and over hundreds, and them who had the charge over the substance and possessions of the king, and his sons, with the officers of the court, and the men of power, and all the bravest of the army at Jerusalem. And the king rising up and standing said, Hear me, my brethren and my people. I had a thought to have built a house, in which the ark of the Lord and the footstool of our God might rest, and I prepared all things for the building. And God said to me, Thou shalt not build a house to my name, because thou art a man of war, and hast shed blood. But the Lord God of Israel chose me of all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. For of Judah he chose the princes, and of the house of Judah my father's house. And among the sons of my father it pleased him to choose me king over all Israel. And among my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. And he said to me, Solomon thy son shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be a father to him. And I will establish his kingdom forever, if he continue to keep my commandments and my judgments, as at this day. Now then, before all the assembly of Israel, in the hearing of our God, keep ye and seek all the commandments of the Lord our God, that you may possess the good land, and may leave it to your children after you forever. And thou, my son Solomon, know the God of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts, and understandeth all the thoughts of minds. If thou seek him, thou shalt find him. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever. Now therefore, seeing the Lord hath chosen thee to build the house of the sanctuary, take courage, and do it. And David gave to Solomon his son a description of the porch, and of the temple, and of the treasures, and of the upper floor, and of the inner chambers, and of the house for the mercy seat, as also of all the courts which he had in his thought, and of the chambers round about for the treasures of the house of the Lord, and for the treasures of the consecrated things, and of the divisions of the priests, and of the Levites, for all the works of the house of the Lord, and for all the vessels of the service of the temple of the Lord. Gold by weight for every vessel for the ministry, and silver by weight according to the diversity of the vessels and uses. He gave also gold for the golden candlesticks and their lamps, according to the dimensions of every candlestick and the lamps thereof. In like manner also he gave silver by weight for the silver candlesticks and for their lamps, according to the diversity of the dimensions of them. He gave also gold for the tables of proposition, according to the diversity of the tables. In like manner also silver for other tables of silver. For flesh hooks also, and bowls and censers of fine gold, and for little lions of gold, according to the measure he gave by weight for every lion. In like manner also for lions of silver he set aside a different weight of silver. And for the altar of incense he gave the purest gold, and to make the likeness of the chariot of the cherubims, spreading their wings, and covering the ark of the covenant of the Lord. All these things, said he, came to me written by the hand of the Lord, that I might understand all the works of the pattern. And David said to Solomon his son, Act like a man, and take courage, and do. Fear not, and be not dismayed. For the Lord my God will be with thee, and will not leave thee, nor forsake thee, till thou hast finished all the work for the service of the house of the Lord. Behold, the courses of the priests and the Levites, for every ministry of the house of the Lord, stand by thee, and are ready, and both the princes and the people know how to execute all thy commandments. End of chapter 28. Chapter 29. And King David said to all the assembly, Solomon my son, whom alone God hath chosen, is as yet young and tender, and the work is great, for a house is prepared not for man, but for God. And I, with all my ability, have prepared the expenses for the house of my God, gold for vessels of gold, and silver for vessels of silver, brass for things of brass, iron for things of iron, wood for things of wood, and onyx stones, and stones like alabaster, and of divers colors, and all manner of precious stones and marble of Paros in great abundance. Now over and above the things which I have offered into the house of my God, I give of my own proper goods, gold and silver for the temple of my God, beside what things I have prepared for the holy house. 3,000 talents of gold of the gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver to overlay the walls of the temple, and gold for wheresoever there is need of gold, and silver for wheresoever there is need of silver, for the works to be made by the hands of the artificers. Now if any man is willing to offer, let him fill his hand today, and offer what he pleaseth to the Lord. Then the heads of the families, and the princes of the tribes of Israel, and the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and the overseers of the king's possessions promised, and they gave for the works of the house of the Lord of gold 5,000 talents, and 10,000 solids, of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 18,000 talents, and of iron 100,000 talents. And all they that had stones gave them to the treasures of the house of the Lord by the hand of Jehiel the Gersonite. And the people rejoiced when they promised their offerings willingly, because they offered them to the Lord with all their heart. And David the king rejoiced also with a great joy. And he blessed the Lord before all the multitude, and he said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, the God of Israel, our Father from eternity to eternity. Thine, O Lord, is magnificence and power and glory and victory, and to thee is praise, for all that is in heaven and in earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art above all princes. Thine are riches, and thine is glory. Thou hast dominion over all. In thy hand is power and might. In thy hand greatness, and the empire of all things. Now therefore, our God, we give thanks to thee, and we praise thy glorious name. Who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to promise thee all these things? All things are thine, and we have given thee what we received of thy hand. For we are sojourners before thee, and strangers, as were all our fathers. Our days upon earth are as a shadow, and there is no stay. O Lord our God, all this store that we have prepared to build thee a house for thy holy name is from thy hand, and all things are thine. I know, my God, that thou provest hearts, and lovest simplicity, wherefore I also in the simplicity of my heart have joyfully offered all these things. And I have seen with great joy thy people which are here present offer thee their offerings. O Lord God of Abraham, and of Isaac, and of Israel our fathers, keep forever this will of their heart, and let this mind remain always for the worship of thee. And give to Solomon my son a perfect heart, that he may keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy ceremonies, and do all things, and build the house for which I have provided the charges. And David commanded all the assembly, Bless ye the Lord our God. And all the assembly blessed the Lord, the God of their fathers, and they bowed themselves and worshipped God, and then the king. And they sacrificed victims to the Lord, and they offered holocausts the next day, 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, 1,000 lambs, with their libations, and with everything prescribed most abundantly for all Israel. And they ate and drank before the Lord that day with great joy, and they anointed the second time Solomon the son of David. And they anointed him to the Lord to be prince, and Zadok to be high priest. And Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king, instead of David his father, and he pleased all, and all Israel obeyed him. And all the princes and men of power, and all the sons of King David gave their hand, and were subject to Solomon the king. And the Lord magnified Solomon over all Israel, and gave him the glory of a reign such as no king of Israel had before him. So David the son of Isai reigned over all Israel. And the days that he reigned over Israel were 40 years. In Hebron he reigned 7 years, and in Jerusalem 33 years. And he died in a good age, full of days and riches and glory. And Solomon his son reigned in his stead. Now the acts of King David, first and last, are written in the book of Samuel the seer, and in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer, and of all his reign, and his valor, and of the times that passed under him, either in Israel or in all the kingdoms of the countries. End of chapter 29.